Kazakhstan is demonstrating its commitment to implementing the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. Implementation of these important objectives provides Kazakhstan with an opportunity to introduce the OECD standards and take effective steps towards joining the top 30 developed countries in the world. The 2030 Development Agenda was adopted at a United Nations summit. The document includes 17 goals aimed at preservation of the planet's resources, as well as tackling inequality and climate change. Every goal contains a number of targets, which should be achieved in 15 years. Kazakhstan will present its first voluntary national review of SDG implementation in July this year in New York.
Данный обзор будет представляться на политическом форуме высокого уровня ООН, который состоится с 16 по 18 июля в Нью-Йорке.
This review will be presented at the United Nations High-Level Political Forum to be held in New York from July 16th to 18th. The forum will focus on 6 goals. The first goal is quality education, the second is sustainable economic growth and employment, third is reduction of inequality, the fourth is combating climate change, the fifth is effective justice institutions, and the sixth is partnership for sustainable development. These goals will be in particular focus during the voluntary national reviews.
6 акцентных целей, на которых будет сделан основной фокус в рамках данного добровольного национального обзора.
Kazakh government has been working to implement the Sustainable Development Goals since 2015. The country evaluated the national priorities and targets outlined in the state strategic and program documents to identify their correspondence with the SDGs. Based on the analysis conducted by Kazakhstan's Economic Research Institute, the SDGs implementation stands at 80% in Kazakhstan.
Если из 17 целей 10, они на почти 90, 100, 80%.
Existing programs that are funded have covered 10 goals out of 17 by almost 100%. For example, the Nurli Joly program is related to industrialization, innovation, and so on. There are a number of other programs related to the agricultural development and rural development that are covered by the existing programs. Take, for example, the village of Arnasai. This example shows the ways how goals can be realized using a variety of tools. In Kazakhstan, as part of the government, a coordination council has been set up in main areas for the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals. Experts say that this mechanism has united the efforts of independent experts, non-governmental organizations, and government bodies. As a result, all opinions are taken into consideration when preparing the national review.
Это очень хорошо, что наша страна ежегодно будет готовить такой мониторинг, отчет, то есть в основе которой мониторинг. Что это говорит?
It is very good that our country will prepare the annual monitoring as well as the report based on the monitoring. When this report became public, international institutions such as World Bank, the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, and the Asian Bank can see that the country is implementing green projects in certain prioritized sectors. They offer, of course, their resources at optimal interest rates. It is very important.
Свои денежные ресурсы под нормальные, хорошие проценты. Это очень важно.
Kazakhstan is currently developing the interactive database of the Sustainable Development Goals. It will be used to observe the current progresses of the implementation and the current status of the national indicators. Kazakhstan's environmentally friendly products are in high demand among the residents of China. Kazakhstan's export center in Xi'an contributes to the promotion of Kazakh goods in the Chinese markets. The showroom is located on a dry port where the Great Silk Road takes its roots. Moreover, Kazakh and Chinese businessmen meet and negotiate there. According to the Customs Service of China, the trade turnover between Kazakhstan and China has increased by 30% last year. The Shaanxi province officials are negotiating about the delivery of Kazakh flour and oil, and they are also interested in purchasing fish, lamb, and beef.
Мы в декабре завозили только 2 тонны для пробы.
We imported 2 tons of Kazakh products in December to gain experience in importing Kazakh goods. To date, we have received the 3rd consignment already. The Shaanxi province is the starting point of the Great Silk Road. We are planning to increase the imports of Kazakh goods.
И поддержит, что увеличит импорт из Казахстана.
22 investment projects will be implemented in Mangistau region this year. A broiler chicken factory is one of the projects. The enterprise, which will produce up to 5,000 tons of output, is being constructed in Tupkaragan district. The facility is expected to be launched in December. According to specialists, the local factory will cover 50% of the region's demand in chicken. We are constructing an animal feed factory and will provide livestock farms with this fodder. There is no similar plant in Mangistau region. This is our first project. Azerbaijani investors are said to invest in Mangistau's economy. The entrepreneurs are involved in the construction of cable and transformer plant in the region. The project costs 9 billion tenge. The output will be exported to Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, and a number of other countries. We are completing the construction and installation works. We will manufacture 2,000 to 5,000 tons of cables and 1,200 units of electric equipment. The plant is located in Special Economic Zone Aktau Seaport. The zone's special status and legal regulations provide beneficial environment for business development. A cast iron plant is also being built in the Special Economic Zone. The enterprise will produce 250,000 tons of output per year.
Жоба іске асыруға 76 миллиард теңге қаржы жұмсалуы.
76 billion tenge are expected to be allocated for the project implementation. The raw material for the enterprise will be extracted at the Beskimpir deposit, which is located on the territory of Mangistau region. I also want to mention that this project is export-oriented. The output is expected to be exported to Iran, Pakistan, and India.
Тауарды экспорттау көзделген.
67 billion tenge will be spent this year on implementation of the 22 new projects. 43 facilities worth more than 1.5 trillion tenge will be commissioned in the region by 2025. Moreover, construction of a multi-purpose logistics center will start in Mangistau region this summer. The center will help substantially increase the volumes of freight transshipment through the Kurik port. The facility's capacity is 2 million bulk cargo and 150,000 containers per year. Emerging entrepreneurs from Kyrgyzstan will be provided with simplified lending terms for their business development. The project was initiated by the Russia-Kyrgyz Development Fund. Previously, Kyrgyz banks provide funding mostly to large projects. However, the banks have started to provide support to small and medium businesses as well. Under the new project, lower interest rates for loans are offered to startups. New investment tools such as lower collateral threshold, cost sharing and financing of startups are also introduced.
Стартапы, конечно, будет оцениваться прежде всего по идее. Да.
Startups will be judged by their idea as part of this project. I support this approach. Based on the experience of Kyrgyzstan and foreign countries, entrepreneurs who have no money can always find investors if they have a good business idea. There are also other countries that could provide support to our entrepreneurs.
Уже речь идет о государстве, которые тоже могут помогать.
Central Asia's largest library is located in Tajikistan. The total area of the library is 45,000 square meters. The 9-story building is shaped as an open book, and there are sculptures of well-known Tajik scientists and authors installed at the building's central entrance. There are 28 book depositories containing 10 million books in the library. The library stores 6 million printed copies, including 100,000 digital versions of books. There are digital copies of about 500,000 of research works in the facility. The library offers 25 reading rooms with a capacity of 1,500 people. One of the departments is designed for visually impaired people and is equipped with special equipment. Meanwhile, the collection of foreign literature includes 90,000 books in 42 languages. The library visitors also have access to rare and unique books and ancient manuscripts.
Самая древняя книга – это история Табари, который там рассказывает о появлении человека.
Our oldest book is Tarikh al-Tabari, which tells about the emergence of the humankind. The largest book is the book about Prophet Muhammad. Its weight is 7.5 kilograms. There is also the 700-year-old Quran with gold inscription. The small-sized Quran printed with lithography is placed on the hand and can be read with a magnifier, and its weight is 1.6 grams. We also have an agreement printed on genuine leather, which was discovered in Hisor Fortress Paris in the 12th century.
О купле-продаже на натуральном коже животных, найденных в Гисарском крепости в XII веке.
Modernization of Kazakhstan's identity is a large-scale nationwide project initiated by the first president of Kazakhstan. In 2 years, the program has covered all aspects of life of Kazakhstan. More than 500 initiatives have been implemented only in culture as part of the new humanitarian education program. Under the 100 new textbooks in Kazakh project, 17 world's best textbooks were translated into the local language in 2017, and its additional copies will be reprinted. In May, 30 new books will be included in the country's library. In total, there will be 10,000 copies of the books.
48 книг за это время были переведены на государственные.
During this time, 48 books had been translated into Kazakh language. Moreover, these are books that are not sold in stores. This is a unique literature that is sold with millions of copies. Take, for example, Drucker's marketing book. This is a reference book for people in business. I can imagine huge opportunities that are given to students who study in the Kazakh language.
Или на направлениях экономика на казахском языке.
As part of the program, new facilities are opened in all regions of Kazakhstan. Historical monuments are restored. The country's main artifact, the Golden Man, travels to museums of the world. Exhibitions of the National Museum have been organized in 6 countries. These exhibitions will visit other countries.
Есть сейчас такое четкое понимание, как казахстанский бренд. Колоссальное мероприятие прошло в прошлом году, когда театр...
There is such a clear understanding of the Kazakhstani brand. A colossal event took place last year when performers of Astana Opera visited Italy and gave the national performance Abai. The most famous directors in the world were invited to work on the production.
Подготовки этого постановки этого спектакля приглашали одну из самых известных и лучших режиссеров мира.
A nation that remembers, appreciates, and proud of its history and culture has a great future. This fact is highlighted by the first president of Kazakhstan in his article, 7 Facets of the Great Step. The article has become a continuation of the modernization of Kazakhstan's identity program. The initiatives indicated in the article will preserve the heritage of ancestors and modernize them due to latest technologies. Artisans of a workshop in Saryagash district of Turkestan region makes traditional wooden items such as the dombra, kobis, tea bowls and spoons. Craftsman Nurjan Karsibayev turned his hobby into a profitable business. The artisan sells his works all over the world. A grant provided by the government allowed him to open a workshop and purchase equipment.
Сандық болсын, асадал болсын, кебеже болсын,
Our ancestors used to manually craft things such as chest boxes, cupboards, sledges, dishware, and musical instruments with their own hands. This art is transferred from generation to generation. Today, traditional wooden carved items are very popular. Therefore, we adapt these items to the modern uses.
қоғамға лайықты көз тартатындай дәрежеде жасап жатқан жеріміз бар бүгінгі таңда.
Nurjan Karsibayev is a skilled craftsman who is capable of turning a regular log into unique items. With the help of a special machine, he can easily carve out a cup. In order to make an astau, which is a large traditional dish, the craftsman requires more time and special skills. According to Nurjan Karsibayev, despite being assisted by the equipment, the artisan has to perform meticulous work. All items are decorated with traditional ornaments. One of the artisan's latest works is a Kazakh cradle. Instead of assembling the crib from different parts, the craftsman carved it out of wood and decorated it with bone elements.
Неге өзіміздің қазақы ою-өрнекте
When I was making this cradle, I wanted to express my thoughts. That is how a unique traditional ornament was created. The cradle consists of 4 parts.
жаңағыдай бір жаңа өрнек қостым.
Nurjan has talented followers and students who are contributing to the development of the traditional decorative and applied arts. One of them is Nur Sultan Karsibayev. The artisan's apprentice has been learning the details of the wood carving art for 5 years. The apprentice is capable of making many items and recently has become a winner of a regional artisan competition. If an artisan is patient and passionate about his work, the items turn out to be beautiful. When I looked at the finished items, I have very pleasant feelings. Nurjan Karsibayev is planning to expand the workshop and possibly to access new markets with his unique products. According to the craftsman, the demand is increasing every day. An exhibition dedicated to Kazakhstan took place at UNESCO headquarters in Paris. The Colors of the Great Steppe exhibition presents the best works of young artists from all over Asia, including Kazakh photographers. Interestingly, among the participants of the International Creative Festival are artists who have never been to Kazakhstan.
Для нас вдвойне, что
We are glad to see that they are interested in our capital. It was very difficult for members of the jury to choose a child from China, India or Kazakhstan. It was difficult for us because the album included 635 works. In total, nearly 8,000 works were submitted.
635 работ, а всего было подано около 8,000 работ.
The exposition in Paris has been achieved due to the joint work of the UNESCO Clubs Federation and the foundation of the first president of Kazakhstan. The image of the Kazakh capital captured in paintings is in harmony with the landscape photographs of famous authors. The organizers say that such a synthesis gives an idea not only about the beauty of the country's nature, but also about its cultural richness.
Самое примечательное, что авторами этой выставки являются
Most importantly, the authors of this exhibition are children and young people who will continue the large-scale changes in Kazakhstan, which was initiated by our first president, Nursultan Nazarbayev. We are confident that due to this project, the world community will discover new facets of modern Kazakhstan through the prism of the young and skillful generation of Kazakhstan. Foreign diplomats and residents of the French capital said that they became interested to visit Kazakhstan after attending the exhibition. They want to see the vast expanses of the steppe, beautiful nature, original culture, and the magnificent architecture of the country's primary city. I knew that Kazakhstan is an incredibly large country, but these works indeed shows that Kazakhstan is a separate world. This is so great. I want to thank the organizers for this opportunity to observe this magnificent country like through the window. The organizers of the exhibition highlight that such events are very important in promoting the image of Kazakhstan in the international arena. Therefore, joint work in this area will be continued. For Kokpar player Alexander Pupienka, the game is not just a hobby but a lifestyle. Alexander dedicated his life to Kokpar. His love for horses and the national sport has determined the life of the country's best Kokpar player. He has started playing Kokpar when he was 14. At the age of 16, he played with the capital team. At the age of 20, he became part of Kazakhstan's national team. The athlete says that Kokpar is a sport for true men who are strong-willed with strong spirit. Alexander Pupienka has won at the Asian Games and the World Kokpar Championship. On top of that, he also made it to the finale of the second stage of the 100 New Faces of Kazakhstan project. I can't live without Kokpar. I've got some injuries. There are 2 seasons and the finale. Then a couple of months later, I start missing horses. I come back to the racetrack and prepare the horses. The common game of nomads is becoming increasingly popular both among European nations and the young Kazakhs. Alexander has coached the youth team of Aktau for many years. Today, he aspires that the ancient equestrian sports will be revived and promoted on the international level.
Можно сказать, сейчас молодежь наступает на пятки уже. Один лучше другого. Мечта, что хотелось, чтобы
The youth are very good at the sport. I wish there would be an indoor hippodrome like the building of Baris Arena, a bicycle track and a football arena so people could play Kokpar all year round. It would be great to build a racetrack where tournaments will be organized with teams of other countries.
Приглашали разные страны, чтобы приезжали, почаще проходили турниры.
Alexander Pupienka believes that the Kazakh national team will successfully represent Kazakhstan at the first Asian Youth Championship, which will take place in Almaty in May.